All right, Coach, you are sounding crystal clear. Coach, Nolan Alexander and Terrence Hill here, and I'll start out, Coach. In this ball game, you didn't get out to a hot start, but then your team got together, made some adjustments, and the same thing happened there in the second half as well, Coach. What were you most proud of out of how your team responded in different moments today?
Well, like we talked about at halftime, it's a process of growing as a group, growing as a team, and this is the step we're at in our program. I thought, just like on the road, the example I gave them was like on the road at Iowa State, we got down 17 and we chose to respond. We got down 10 at Creighton and we chose to respond. Tonight it was a different level of adversity, different type of adversity, where they made a run when we were up and where we could have probably taken our energy and put it a little bit lower. We decided to step up and play. But what I would like is to play with that type of energy for 40 minutes like we did on the road.
And taking all the consideration, Coach, game of basketball is a game of runs. And we saw you in the first half get down by 6 early. You called a timeout. And I was saying that, you know what, sometimes it's not even about what the coaches say. Sometimes it's just the players and the leadership who will step up and say, you know what, this is not who we are.
Yep.
This is not what we've been practicing.
Yep.
So just speak on that timeout in the first half.
Yeah, well, T-Hill, what we've been talking about, and you and I have talked about this, kind of off the record, is that exactly. It has to become player-led. It has to become player-driven. And they did a good job in that. I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but for the last 7.5, 8 minutes of the game here, Terrell Burton, he coached the huddles. I wasn't going to talk because, again, it wasn't necessarily about what I'm saying. It wasn't about an X and O thing. It was about a consistency of effort thing. And it's nothing that us coaches can do on a game day to help them, give us that consistent effort. So I thought he did a good job down the stretch of talking about things that mattered, the details that actually got us that, a lead that came back. So I was proud of how they came together, throughout the game when they could have in the past where we could have just went downhill, So again, it's a process. We're learning, we're growing every day. It's been a long week. Just with travel and, now playing again. So we just got to, but again, we get these opportunities, man, we got to make the most of them at the end of the day.
2 years ago, back in 2019, I'm not sure if Terrell Burton would have been that player that coached the team up over the final 7.5 minutes. This year, his communication, I think you've noted it before, has grown so much. What else contributed to him not only growing on the floor, but what he's able to do to command this team?
Well, a big part of it is just time. It's time and experience. But it's also, my staff and myself, challenging him in practice to be more, to give us more. I thought we got off to a slow start today because he wasn't quite locked in where he needed to be. But again, like I talk to him all the time, it's like, Terrell, everything's not going to go exactly how we plan, but how we respond is more important than anything. And again, against a really competitive Piedmont team, they just lost their best player, I think, game ago. They could have came in here and, made that an excuse, but they did a great job of coming in and compete. They had a game plan. That zone is a little tricky. It's our first time seeing zone all year. But, Terrell Burton's communication down the stretch was huge, and we need him to be more of that, need him to give us more of that for us to continue to take the steps that we can take.
Coach, thanks for the time. Congrats on the victory.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it, Coach.